how can we have a leadership vacuum when as far back INEC was part of a process that there was a leader there, that they were part of a process that handed over. So how can you now say we have a leadership vacuum? If you even want to go in that direction, there cannot be a leadership vacuum. INEC was there. They saw the affidavit. There was a group of people that called INEC to say we are handing over. So even if you wanted to go to that stretch, you cannot leave a leadership vacuum, which is why we're talking about foul play here.
So you smell foul play?
100%. A bit just to cripple our Congress process and our convention process.
The inference is that the ruling party is using the INEC to mess up the chances
100%,
of the ADC.
and that's why we protested.
To what
today.
end?
To make sure that we cannot produce our candidates. That is it. To make sure we cannot do our convention. To make sure we cannot do our Congress. Right? Because if you truncate this process and there are tight deadlines, then we are not going to be able to come through and participate in the elections. And when you have a situation where the most credible gladiators have all come into one place and you're trying to say no, they're not going to be able to run, and the Electoral Act says that you cannot just go to another party at a certain point, then you've literally turned it to a one-man state. I'm not even going to say one-party state, a one-man state.
What do you mean by one-man state?
Because this is the same play that we've seen in Lagos State for the last 20-something years. Gentleman was talking about how there's a free space for democracy. When, during my affirmation, he had thugs come to destroy the place with the police force. Although in Lagos, every time we try to have meetings, thugs and police are coming to shut it down, even if I'm not there, right? They are saying you have the NURTW coming out to threaten opposition parties, saying they don't want any opposition party or any party other than the APC in Lagos State. And this also, we're seeing it in Kaduna, we saw it in Calabar, we saw it in Edo State. So you cannot sit down and say that Lagos State that this current regime is creating a free atmosphere for opposition politics.
Does that worry you? Because you've a few times failed to be able to become governor of Lagos State. And they are saying categorically that Gbadebor does not have a chance, that Lagos belongs to APC.
That is complete nonsense. I've looked at data. We have polling that's going on, credible polling. There is no pathway for the president to emerge victorious. That's why we're seeing all this shenanigans.
At the national level. At
the national level. And even at the state level, there is no pathway for him. When you look at the North that gave 62% of his votes, you see the tsunami that's happening in the North. You have a president that's created a government system that's just his city boys. It's a city boy government. It's not even a southern government. It's not even a proper southwest government. It's his cronies that are just in charge. A lot of people in the southwest feel left out. The south feel left out. The southeast feels left out. We saw what happened in Benue State when he went there. 10 minutes for the people of Plateau. All of these things are going to come back to bite him. So there's no pathway. So his best pathway is to create a situation where he's the only he's the only candidate on a ballot for the presidency. And that's what he's trying to achieve, but he's not going to succeed.
You have, they've blamed you to have used the narrative of the Igbo, the ethnic narrative in Lagos and all whatnot, but they say that did not work out. Sanwo-Olu defeated you in the last election, and they promised that they will beat you again.
Then why?
Are you that popular in Lagos?
I am stronger now than I was in 2023.
You have more chances of
100%. And if they feel so confident about this narrative that they should have allowed for a free and fair election. Right? They should have allowed for a fair and fair election.
Don't think there could be a free and fair election in 2027?
Well, I'm not. If they are going to do that, I'll be grateful, but I'm prepared to meet them where they left us the last time and more. Because if you look at this narrative that they are talking about, right, there are several other candidates that speak a language more proficiently and everything. Look at the results they got. So Lagos is sophisticated politically. It's APC that keeps dragging it, trying to drag it down to base level things. We're the city center of excellence. We value excellent leadership. And that's why you see Bola Ahmed Tinubu lost in Lagos State by a much larger margin than there was even announced. Right? The people came out to vote. It's not a tribal thing. We want excellence. We want someone that's credible. We want somebody that can serve and put the interests of people first, not just the interests of his cronies and his family and run the state like he's some king, right? We don't want that. We want to return back to democracy that puts the people's interests first. And our Commonwealth is managed properly.